In my talks to corporates and management students, this question is often asked: is optimism and positivity the same? I find this question very interesting. Many people would have considered that they mean the same, but there's a subtle difference, and understanding this can help leaders develop the right mindset and attitude for success. The dictionary definition of optimism is hopefulness and confidence about the future or the success of something, while positivity is the practice of being or tendency to be positive or optimistic in attitude. Optimists, while hoping for positive outcome, are more realistic. Although adopting a positive mindset can help us to get through difficult times, it tends to focus purely on mind over matter. Thinking positive thoughts and banishing all the negative ones, I therefore feel that it is not as grounded in reality as optimism, as it seeks to quash anything that could be perceived as negative. Optimists, while hoping for positive outcome, are more realistic. They take time to understand their environment and spot all the possible pitfalls, which ultimately makes them better equipped to avoid them. The recent pandemic situation can be cited as a right example to explain this subject. While pandemic had struck globally, impacting many lives, the optimist looks at it with a perspective of how the crisis is being handled by the authorities, then keep a track of what is happening, measures such as lockdowns, vaccination, work from home, and then try to take a positive outlook on how they could handle themselves and a loved one so that they would be relatively better off. I would like to share with you a story of a couple who had just migrated to Singapore few months before the pandemic struck. They had nearly settled in their job, got an apartment on lease with monthly installments. While signing the lease agreement, they had considered salaries of both husband and wife. Unfortunately, the company which had offered employment to the lady kept the offer in abeyance for 3 months, citing the pandemic crisis. Both of them nearly slipped into a depression when a common friend requested me to talk to them and guide them online how they could handle themselves. I spoke to them online how they could be optimistic about the situation. Considering the fact they were in a relatively disciplined country like Singapore, where government's credibility in handling such situation was rated high, which means they can hope for a positive outcome. At the same time, think positively on how they could handle the dynamics of a family with a positive frame of mind and taking the steps to tide the situation, like saving on activities like eating out, entertainment, which could compensate the loss of ladies' income and still allow them to service the house rent. They realized that this made a lot of sense rather than worrying about and feeling depressed. The ability to balance optimism with realism is the key to handle such situations. This way of thinking can get us through the toughest of times, highly beneficial right now, especially in pandemic, as we face further lockdown restrictions, potential job losses, and the need to adopt to new ways of working. In order to get through this most testing time, we need both the ability to appreciate the gravity of the situation we are in, yet also hold on to the thought that we will eventually come through the other side, possibly with some new benefits such as improved options for flexible working hours, more valued personal relationships, and a new appreciation of our civil liberties. While we see around examples of panic and hyper behaviors of people, which many times I believe are fueled by aggressive posts on social media. It is important that one keeps isolated from such influences and strikes a balance between optimism and reality. The best strategy to handle this would be hope for the best and plan for the worst. In conclusion, I would say optimism, as opposed to blind positivity, equips us to face our problems, recognizing the dangers and difficulties which make us more likely to avoid them and helps us to achieve a positive outcome.
For more videos, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell icon to get notifications of new uploaded videos. Also, please share your comments.